Hey, Sagittarius. Thanks for stopping by. I'm super excited to read for you. I'm Madeleine, if we haven't met before, and if you're back, yay! Very happy to see you. So, Spirit gave me something really cool and very brief, so I'll leave you with this channeled message and then we're going to jump right into your cards. I don't know how many people in general, but Sagittarians who listen to this will have seen or heard of a movie called Better Off Dead. It's not how it sounds. It's a comedy. It's from the 80s. It's starring John Cusack. It's actually one of my favorite fucking movies in the world. And Spirit was singing the song from it and just showing me that title. So some of you guys need to watch this movie. You gotta find it. You gotta see it. Honestly, I would tell you that regardless, because like I said, it's one of my favorites. So yes, I'm biased. But there must be something going on with you right now that is going to resonate a little bit. And I kind of don't even want to tell you because the movie is an experience. It's a comedy, it's a cult classic. I'm going to leave it there. For those of you that do know, let me know. I would love to know in the comments if you love this movie or a favorite quote. I'm going to try to remember to drop, I have too many favorite quotes from that movie, but I'll leave it there. I said I was going to be brief, right? I'm sorry. I'm fangirling over this movie. I'm also just excited to hear and see in your cards how that plays out. But let me know, Sagittarius. And if you haven't seen it and then you do go see it, come back and let me know how you felt here or on IG or wherever. Because top 10, maybe top 5 movies ever. Okay, let's do it. Let's get into your cards. Let's see what February has in store for you. It's definitely not that you're better off dead. Like I said, that's not... That's not what the movie is. Oh my god, but this makes so much sense! Oh my god, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Oh my gosh. Oh, Sag. Wow. Wow. Sorry, you're gonna know about all the wows in just a second. I'm going to pop your cards right up and show you. Okay. Need one more, Sag. Give me a moment. Wow. Okay. I'll take it, Spirit. So Sagittarius, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this movie because I've got some context now here. The movie, I will tell you the very basic plot is a guy who is, this is a high school movie, not your typical high school movie though. He's in love with and obsessed with his girlfriend and she dumps him and thus the movie begins. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let you see the movie. But I can kind of feel from looking at these cards, 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, there is a little bit of maybe a rejection that happens. Maybe it happened right before February because it's right at the beginning of your spread. 5 of Pentacles crossed by the 9 of Swords. You might be feeling left out. You might be feeling like I should have gotten picked for this. You might be feeling like, well, what the hell? If this doesn't work out, what am I going to do? 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is anxiety. 5 of Pentacles is struggle and sometimes feeling left out in the cold, sometimes feeling like I don't have enough of XYZ. I don't have enough money, I don't have enough energy. Pentacles, right? So earthly things. Do I actually have what it takes to get what I want? 1,000%. 1,000% Sagittarius. So I'm not trying to bypass, of course it's a general reading, Sagittarius. So for those of you that are feeling fuck, I lost, or that didn't work, or I really thought I was going to get it, or that this relationship was going to work out, or that we were going to be able to work this thing out, whatever this is, and then it didn't. For those of you that are in that place, I want to encourage you that there is something, I don't want to totally just use cliches on you, but I do want to say that I feel like something is moved out of your way because there is something more you. That's how Spirit is putting it. More you available for you. We're going to jump around this reading a little bit, but I want to draw your attention to the Ace of Wands that is sitting in the future. You are a fire sign, Sagittarius, like the wanderer, the learner, the sparkler, right? And the Ace of Wands is the spark, the beginning, the start. You have an idea, and it's pretty brilliant. And I think you're done holding on to it and holding on to it and hoarding your gifts. When I say hoarding your gifts, I don't mean that you're doing it on purpose. For a lot of you, it could be, or it could have been a sense of like insecurity. Like, is it even good enough? Should I even do that? Like, everybody else is already like, you know, the market's flooded or blah, 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 blah. No. Your way of doing it, your way of speaking, your way of sharing, your way of being is completely unique to you, Sag. So whatever way that somebody else might be doing it, who cares? Get out here. Share your voice with us. We need you. We have the Knight of Cups in the position of where you find yourself. And this is interesting to me because Sagittarius, the knights in tarot, like court card speak, are like the mutable signs. And as much as, like I said, Ace of Wands, you're a fire sign, there's a lot of feelings in this spread. And you are, a lot of you, delivering a message of love or a message of healing and a message of peace. Some of you could feel like, or really truly be like missionaries. You know what I mean? Like, I want to spread this message of love or hope or healing or truth. Like, you could just feel like, this is my truth and I need to share it. I'm a blogger, I'm a journalist, I'm a writer, I'm something. In the greatest hopes and fears position is the Queen of Swords. So, like I said, writer, speaker, singer, messenger, something, because the Queen of Swords is a truth sharer. She's also a community leader. Like, let's all get together and do this. You know what I'm saying? So some of you guys might be stepping into positions of leadership, whether they're offered to you or whether you create that spot for yourself. A lot of you, I feel like it's the latter. Like I don't know how I'm going to become an authority in this arena, but the only way to start is by writing about it or whatever. So maybe you're getting on Medium and you're sharing pieces there, or maybe you are getting on YouTube and sharing videos and talking about stuff that matters to you, telling truths that you feel like other people maybe aren't willing to see. I do kind of want to say, Sag, that it feels kind of like, I don't know if this is truly the case, but it feels like you feel like someone or something kind of abandoned you or ran out on you or just like, nope, like that big Monty Python foot, that onto your like dream or your hope or your emotional investment. And if this happened to you already, my condolences. Like, before I start reassuring you, I just want to say, like, I want to validate that that sucks, that somebody may have betrayed your trust or just been a little petty and a little unnecessarily cruel. You know what I mean? Even if they didn't like cheat on you or something, they might have like dumped you unceremoniously or criticized you in a way that was just like demolishing, you know? If anybody is making you or has made you feel out in the cold, I want to say, like, to the extent that it's possible and healthy and aligns with your intuition, okay? Your free will is everything. But I would say, let that go. I would say that you have a lot of newness and change promised to you, and that if someone can treat you as disposable, then it's disposable, you know? I want to talk about some of the beautiful things you have going on for you here. It's really interesting because you have the Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Five of Swords, but you also have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Like, holy shit. A lot of conflict and then completion. That's what those things speak of. Conflict and then completion. Whether that's a completion of a Ten of Swords where it's like, fuck, I'm glad at least it's over. When you're exhausted and you feel fucking like maybe overwhelmed or a little defeated, but it's like at least it's over. That's the one good thing about having the Ten of Swords, and that is showing up in the sort of external position. That's why I was saying some of you might feel like a job or a person or something like either gave up on you or didn't accept you or whatever. The Ten of Swords is the end of the tough situation. The very end, because it's like, I can't take it anymore, it's done. And if you notice in the background of the card, the sun is rising. So it's like, yes, this is the sun has set on this one part of my life, but the sun is rising on this whole new other part. The sun is rising on this whole new other part. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, just to match up with all these, tens that you've got going on. We've got beginnings and endings here. I feel like some of you are taking a new job. And some of you may be carving out like a new space where it's like, I could eventually make money off of this. Maybe I'm not making money off of, publishing my writing on Medium right now, but I'm publishing there to gain an audience so that eventually I can sell my book or I can start my website or whatever. Don't ignore like the small beginnings and the sparks, because the spark is what creates a wildfire, right? We need the flint, and we need that initial spark in order to grow something that will last. So give it air, give it room, give it attention. And maybe don't give so much of your attention, your time, your energy to that which has rejected you or made you feel a little bit inferior. And you're not inferior. I hope that you know that. I think that you know that, but we feel our feelings, and remember that it's O-fucking-K. It's O-fucking-K to have feelings, to feel feelings, and to know that, like, this is going to pass. It's actually better for you to be like, I'm feeling this right now, this will pass, than to be like, no, I don't want to feel that shove, because all the shoving does is keep it inside, rather than doing, the crying or the screaming or the stressing that, even though it's not pleasant, it does purge and detox and get something out of you so that energy can shift and so that you can move on, okay? You have a lot of wonderful support in your life, wonderful family for some of you. Some of you, this is your family as in like you might be the mother, father, or whatever. But for some of you, it's just like you're part of a great family unit, whether that's biological family or chosen family. Ten of Pentacles is there's enough security, there's enough love, there's enough foundation built to last. So if some of you are going through a pinch financially at this moment, like I said, that's what the Five of Pentacles can be, general readings, depending on whether you feel left out in the cold in a financial or like an emotional sense. This is a card of great encouragement that you have the foundation that you need, whether that be your skills, your family, your savings account, the job that you have security. You have a good foundation. And how beautiful is this? Ten of Pentacles anchors your reading, Ten of Cups crowns it. So not only do you have like safety and security and like calm available to you, you also have great love, great passion, great joy available to you. The Ten of Cups, as you can see here, is often about like a marriage or a coupleship that is like a beautiful partnership and is just working out lovely. But it's not just romantic at all. It's all-encompassing love. It's the love of our family. It's the love of our friends. It's the love that we have for whatever it is we're doing in life, if that is present. It's, you're a very joyful sign, Sagittarius, and Spirit is asking you to tap into the joy. It's understandable, totally reasonable that it's sometimes easier to tap into what's not working because that can be so oppressive. Like, gee, yeah, it's real easy to tap into how happy I am when I can't pay my fucking bills. I get it. Like, I totally fucking get it. But the more that we tune in to what's working, the more of that we can invite in. And for you, what would I tell you to tune into? Your passion and your projects. the messages that you want to send, the love that you want to share with the world, whatever way that might come through you, Sagittarius. Like, some of you have just been, this is interesting, but this is what Spirit said. Some of you guys, unfortunately, have been needing a job or a person or a whatever to like reject you and release you, only because you have great work to do. You have great things to share, great things to begin. So take the endings as new beginnings. Take a rejection as a sign that, like, okay, then that wasn't for me. Rather than thinking that you weren't good enough for it, that thing wasn't right for you. Okay? Rely on your loved ones. Look to your family, your friends, again, chosen or biological, the people that make you feel 10 of Cups, the community that makes you feel 10 of Cups. And if that community doesn't exist yet, this is what Spirit is saying, then that's why we're letting you know your potential is to be a community leader. And if there's a vacuum where you feel like, man, there really should be a community for this, or there really should be a group that does that, take the initiative, start your thing. Come on, baby, light my fire. I love you, Sagittarius. What's going on? This is a big reading. It's been pretty big for everybody. I feel like it's like a really healing month, and healing sounds like, ooh, healing, but we all know that healing has to do with like blood and flesh and bone knitting back together again, physically or emotionally. Same shit. That shit ain't comfortable, that shit ain't always easy, and it's definitely not always glamorous, okay? But it's always worth it. And it always makes you more of yourself and not less, okay? Holding on and resisting was making you less. You are going to shine brighter and bigger, Sagittarius, if you work on healing yourself, okay? Love, love, love you, Sagittarius. Share questions, comments, advice, anything like that. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. I appreciate you for being here. Wishing you luck on this month. And if I don't see you before then I hope I see you in your March reading. Bye, Sag.